My next guest clearly does not get paid by the hour because he's coming off an impressive first-round submission victory over Matt Schnell at UFC 274 back on May 7th. It's Brandon Royval back here on the program. Brandon, how's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. Congrats on the victory. Obviously you don't get paid by the hour, but did you expect the fight to be that crazy with the sequence of events?
I didn't expect it to be that crazy. I expected to kind of like I was gonna be the crazy one, so I expected the battle and Matt Schnell do his little dance around, have good footwork, and then I'd have to chase him down a little bit. I didn't expect him to come guns blazing. I did not see that coming at all. That was it caught me off guard for sure. So it took me a minute to like it took me a second. I'm like, oh shit, we're kind of going for it, and then it was just like I was in a firefight, just kind of reacting off instinct and kind of deviated from my whole entire game plan, honestly. And resorted to some old bad habits that I was trying to get away from, but ultimately got the win. So I thrive in chaos, and you've seen me fight before, and I've always like if chaos comes to my door, I don't ever really go running from it.
Yeah, you answered, as they say. How hurt were you after that shot? Like how out of it were you?
I was fine. I wasn't out of it. He definitely knocked my ass down. Like he caught me good. He had my feeding in all the wrong position, and yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that I was trying to avoid. Like in these last few camps, man, I've worked so hard to do some smart stuff and not put myself in those positions, especially against now that we're in the top of the division, man. I just have to correct a few things that I've been doing wrong, and he came out guns a blazing, and I just kind of went back to my old self, and caught me off guard and just kind of went to original instincts. So I wasn't hurt, but when I fell down, I just knew I was like, we're just immediately going back to attacking. As soon as I was on my guard or like on my back, I was like, all right, well, it looks like the attack's going from here, kind of thing. So it was just stringing my attack together from just the next position on that, which is unfortunately me on my back.
It was his first submission loss technically since June of 2014. I know he was submitted by Tim Elliott on The Ultimate Fighter, but that was an exhibition fight. Did you know that? Like, he hasn't been submitted in a really long time.
No, I didn't know that at all, honestly. I didn't do my homework on that. I was just kind of taking the fight where I was going, and that's kind of like how I was expecting it too. Is just we're gonna start off on the feet. We'll see how it goes, and I figured somewhere in all my fights it kind of ends up like with me on my back and attacking from there. So it wasn't anything that I was like I wasn't shocked when I submitted him. It was just more of like I didn't expect to get dropped and end up there so quick.
How did you celebrate after the win?
Just kind of, actually, I went back to the fights. My family had tickets, and I got like some nosebleed tickets last second, thanks to my manager and his wife, and I snuck my way up to like pretty much front row and just I was sitting next to Brandon Harstein, that LFA guy. So
oh, cool.
I got next to him, bro. I just kind of had a good night with my family and all them, and it was just a good night, man. I just enjoyed the fights.
When that girl ran into the cage, was that anywhere in your eyesight at all? Did you even know about that?
No, I didn't even notice. I'm sure that I was just doing my own thing in my own world. I ran into a bunch of fans. They're buying me beers and stuff. So I don't drink lots, and so I was having a good old night.
Good for you, man. That's awesome. And then obviously a little bit extra change with that performance. What are you going to be doing with the money?
Yeah. So I just bought a house, or I'm in the process of buying a house. I closed on it this week, so it's just a little bit of cushion and good stuff from there. I was a little nervous about the big purchase anyway, so it kind of just gives me that like little bit of like, all right, well, we're good. And I knew winning that fight would have been major for like my state of mind of like going into buying a house, and that little bonus helps out. And it was good to see Matt get that bonus too.
Good for you. I'm assuming first time homeowner, right? That's a pretty big deal.
No, it's my second house.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Boys trying to start renting properties and stuff, and not go broke off this MMA stuff. Yeah, but I bought a house when I was like 22 or something, like pretty young.
Oh wow, look at you.
Honestly, it was the smartest decision I've ever made. I'm actually really glad that I went and did that.
Good for you, man. No, that's awesome. Got to ask you about a couple other things that happened on that card. The main event is a jiu-jitsu guy who got a submission. What did you think of Oliveira submitting Gaethje? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, Oliveira's amazing, man. He's so dangerous everywhere. I was listening to maybe it was the Morning Combat Show or whatever. It was just talking about how Oliveira, anytime he gets dropped, gets like the boxing luxury of a 10 count because nobody in the world wants to follow him up. And it was just one of those things that it's like, I think I kind of like established myself there. I hope I don't get dropped, but it's just one of those things that it's like the string of attack for Oliveira never stops. He's so good on the feet, and it's like if it goes to the ground, like he's already just in a good position there too. And just so dangerous everywhere. And that's a fighter that I definitely try to like bring my style towards, you know.
And then obviously got to ask about the co-main event. What'd you think of that?
But I like, it's kind of in my own world there. So I mean, I was probably like the only one enjoying it. I was just having fun, taking pictures with fans and drinking, you know. So I think I probably was going around grabbing beers and stuff during that co-main event. But yeah, I couldn't tell you who won the fight, or I didn't go back and watch it, that one specifically. But yeah, I mean, the crowd seemed upset that Rose didn't win it, but same time, like I was in my present mind of judging in that fight.
Well, no, I meant more so because like there was not much action at all. Like it was a really tough fight to judge, you know?
It seemed like that from my perspective, but it's like I was also drinking and just having a good time.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know if I missed out because like I just wasn't in the right present moment of my mind, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think of all fights to pound some beers back in, that was the fight to do it, because that was not a very good fight at all, unfortunately. And then just last. Oh, sorry. Go.
Right? Like they must have saw something out of her because she got the like where you vote, the fans vote on who gets the bonus.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I guess
I was gonna get it. I was like, all right, cool. I might get this fan bonus. This is gonna work out well. This is before I knew about the 50 Gs. But I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, trying to do the math. I'm like, so far I got the fan bonus. Oliveira, Chandler makes sense to me. And then I was trying to think of anybody else in between then, and I was just like, all right, man, I'm like one of the more exciting fights on this card so far. So I was trying to get that fan bonus as mine, but fuck, I didn't get it, and Rose took that home. So they must have saw something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then just last thing on UFC 274, Michael Chandler knocking out Tony Ferguson. What was your reaction to that?
It was kind of sad to see, man. I was actually really happy watching Tony Ferguson do amazing. That was really cool, and it was really cool to watch him come back and after a little bit of a layoff, and just come back to old Tony. And it was really cool to watch it. And then it was also just devastating to see how long he was out on the floor too, man. This is a scary job. It's a scary career, and you know, you really risk it all. And just like I don't know, man. It like maybe freaked out a little bit, and just watching him be face down, and you know, it seemed like he was winning the fight all up until then, and it was just a quick change of moments, and it's just like, fuck, man, this sport's so brutal. Sometimes you forget that shit, and like, I mean, I guess maybe I'm a bad example of it because like I just fought right before then in a chaotic fight, but it's just like, man, this sport's so brutal and unforgiving that like, goddamn, man, it's just like it like opens your eyes. There's certain moments in fighting where I'm like, I watch him do this, you know, and it's just like sometimes it's just a flip of the coin of what could go wrong, what could go right, you know, and it's like it was one of those situations where I watched that and I was just like, shit, this is something different, you know.
One thing that came out this past weekend, I don't know if it's official, but it looks like Brandon Moreno is going to be fighting Kai Kara France for the interim title. What was your reaction to that?
I think I'm the one that broke the news. I was trying to be the first one to break that news. It's whatever, man. It just kind of fucks me over, honestly. It's one of those like, what's Biggie doing anyways, man? You just like, whatever, man. It is what it is. It kind of fucks up who I was going to call out next. So it kind of gave me nowhere to go in my call out. So that sucks. Pantoja seems like he's still on the injured list. So that doesn't really give me an option to fight him. Plus, I'm sure he doesn't want to fight me next. It really does nothing for him. But yeah, I don't know, man. I want to fight. I want to fight up. Like the last two guys I fought were ranked below me, and it's like I think I earned to fight up and kind of fight for a top-notch spot, and it's just like it kind of leaves the division in a little bit of a hold, and I don't know, man. It's kind of annoying too, man. But whatever, it is what it is.
Well, are you kind of just waiting for some of these matchups to kind of unfold? You know, another guy, like I said, I know you sort of want to fight up. So are you kind of just waiting to see how some of these fights play out?
Yeah, I don't really know, man. Just kind of seeing what the options are. I definitely want to stay relatively in shape and on weight and all that stuff around that fight, just in case something happens. I know, you know, if I've learned anything from this sport, it's just the best opportunities come short notice, and just coming from you just staying ready. And I've learned a lot. I've learned that throughout 3 years of doing this sport, and I'm just gonna try to stay ready and just see what happens. But you know, I don't want to stay idle, man. I'm on a streak, and I'm getting this experience that I need to get to be in the UFC, and it's like I want to keep burning through these, and I want to keep fighting my way up, and it's just like I just want to keep going up, though, man. And I kind of thought, you know, if they gave Kai Kara France a shot at Figgy and then they fight for the belt, then that gives me Moreno free, you know, and that's a good way for me to get to the title shot, or vice versa. If they're running Moreno Figgy 4 for some reason, then I could fight Kai France again and then earn my title shot that way. And I'm sure he would probably want that rematch. But it's just like one of those things where it's like now they're fighting these two, and then whoever wins that's going to end up fighting Figueiredo whenever Figueiredo gets better, if they don't end up just stripping him or whatever it is. So it just kind of leaves me in a stalemate, man. I was really bummed by the whole situation.
Well, let me ask you this though. What about you being a backup for that fight? Would you be willing to do that if something happens between Moreno and France?
I'm going to stay ready no matter what. I already was in everybody's ear about it, saying after that fight, I was talking to Mick Maynard. I'm going to be ready. If somebody gets hurt, I'll be ready for that fight. I don't think Pantoja is going to be healed enough time to come back from that. Otherwise, that would make the most sense. I think is Pantoja kind of has a win over all of us in a sense. You know, he has a win over Kai France, myself, and Brandon Moreno. So it's like he's the only one that has a real big say in anything. But that's why I kind of think he's still injured. So I don't know. It's just one of those situations.
If Moreno and France does happen, who do you favor in that fight? Who do you think wins?
I'm not really sure, man. It'd be cool to see Moreno get a knockout or get a win. That'd be sweet. I think Moreno's the money fight for all of us too, though. Is like I think when Moreno does good, I think it's probably the best in the flyweight division because he has such star power. But it's just one of those things that's like I don't know. I just want my shot at either one of those guys or just any of the top guys, man. I want to get to a belt by the end of the year.
If you had to put money on it though, who would you pick, Moreno or France?
I would pick Moreno.
Okay. Fair enough. Something not related to fighting at all. You mentioned closing on the house. What else are you doing the rest of the week? What do you got planned?
Right now I'm looking for the elodie, man. I'm hungry. My ass has been craving that this whole entire time. So practice just got out. I'm doing these interviews, but I'm driving up and down the street trying to find this dude. So hope I get some corn or something.
Okay, well there you go. I won't keep you too long. Just last question. Your Avs, the Colorado Avalanche, they swept the Nashville Predators. Did you happen to see that?
Yeah, a little bit of it, man. They're doing amazing. And do you know who we got next in the playoffs?
I'm not sure. I have to look at the seeds or whatever, but there's still Calgary and Dallas playing. They have their game tonight. And what's the other one? There's Minnesota and St. Louis. So they got to see how that unfolds. And I got to check the seeding, but it'll be one of those teams out of that group. So.
Oh yeah, hopefully we can take it this year, man. The Denver team's been doing good, but Colorado Avalanche been looking especially great.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Brandon, thanks so much for doing this. I don't want to keep you from eating. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, I'll give you the last word.
Ed Cyrus, EAP, thank you guys for everything. The last 2 years, man, it's been nothing but amazing. And then just Brand Royval and everything, man. Thank you for your free time, and have a good day.